You may be noticing changes in your body, and it's getting more frequent now. I think it keeps getting different all the time. But it started in 2003. Now, it'll be subtle at first. There are many symptoms you will experience. You probably have already been experiencing for the last several years. It doesn't all these symptoms don't occur at the same time, but you may have some for a few days, and then they taper off, and then maybe a month or so later, or a week or so, you get another set of symptoms. You go to the doctor doesn't say there's nothing wrong with you. Of course, they're going to put you on a pill anyway, but it's because the frequencies are changing and our body is adjusting to it. And some of the symptoms that I've been told: high blood pressure, heart palpitations. This is a biggie. A lot of people are experiencing the irregular heartbeat. And they keep saying, don't worry about these things, because this is the body adjusting. And we have depression. Depression is a biggie. You'll go through a lot of that. And dizziness. Sometimes you'll go for several days being dizzy. But these things only last a few days and then they fade. And then maybe a week or so you'll get another one. Headaches, joint aches and pains. Ringing in the ears is a big one, because that is the energy is being raised. And I have clients coming to me for that, and they'll say, just tell them, turn it down. The energy's too strong. And you can visualize a dial. See the dial being turned down, because sometimes they don't realize they're giving you too much. But it has to be gradual, otherwise the body can't handle it. So visualize, tell them it's too much energy, turn it down, and this will help with the ringing in the ears. What are some of the other symptoms? You think those are most of them? It's somebody the other day had one that we hadn't thought of. Probably think of it because somebody said, oh yeah, that sounds very much like it could be. But if you just go with it, go with the flow, don't get too upset and excited, it'll pass as the body adjusts to it. Older people are having more problems adjusting than the younger ones. The younger ones are coming in, they're already set. It's the ones in the middle, their bodies are adjusting to handle all of this. If you can't handle it, you're out of here. You can't adjust, you leave. That's not so bad. They said they're going to watch from the other side and see what happens. But if the frequencies become too hard, but if you can talk to them and say, let's do it a little easier, calm it down, it's a little hard on the body. Now, you probably notice your diets are changing. Are you noticing your diets are changing? Because in order for us to do this, the body has to become lighter. So you have to get away from heavy meats, especially beef and pork. This holds you down to the earth. You gotta have lighter foods. And through all of my clients, when they always want to know about their diets, it's always the same thing. They tell them the best diet, the best food to eat is live foods. Live foods mean fresh fruits and vegetables. And to stay away from meats, especially beef and pork, with these hormones and the additives they're putting in there, and those are heavy. You can have some fish and chicken, but that's a lighter meat. But really stick with the fresh vegetables, organic if possible, and stay away from too much sugar, and drink lots and lots of water. They said the value of water is beyond belief. You can't believe the importance of water. There's one tiny, tiny thing in the water that we must have. So stay away from the sweet drinks. They got me off of Pepsi a long time ago. It's all I ever used to drink was Pepsi. I listened to them. They got me off of it. I was a Pepsi-holic. But they stopped all of that. Okay. Those are most, they said, you will notice as you move into this, eventually you're not going to want to eat food, you're going to want liquids. And when I've said this on the radio, people will call in and say, I wondered why I wanted to eat more smoothies. We're going to get where it's more liquids. And eventually, when it's done and we're over there into the new earth, you won't even want food at all. So that eventually down the road, we won't have to eat.
Darn.
But that's when you go eventually. At first, some people say, do I have to die to go? No, you will go in your physical body. This is a physical thing that is happening to the earth and to us. And in the beginning, you take your physical body. And after, I don't know how long it'll be when we're over there, you will turn into a being of light. You won't need anything. But the new earth is so beautiful and so wonderful. Now, the old earth, we're leaving. It's a separating of the two. The old earth is where the negativity is. That's where all of the wars, all of the hurricanes, all of the earthquakes, all these things, the catastrophes are being left with the old earth. Those that are into too much negativity stay with the old earth. They can't change their vibration fast enough to go. It has to be a gradual thing. So they stay with the old earth. They said they've stayed with what they have created because that's their karma. They have to stay with that. Eventually, when they die, they will go somewhere where they are still karma to be repaid. They say, don't worry about it. Eventually, they're all going to get there anyway.